Good morning. I am Dipendra Bhatt, and I'm a PhD student at the University of Tasmania. Today, I'm presenting a systematic review paper on the relation between electricity consumption and nighttime lights. Nighttime lights images were used in broad sector such as mapping urban process, estimating GDP, disaster, astronomy, ecosystem, and ecological light pollution, fires, greenhouse gas emission, fisheries, economic output, and more interestingly, electricity consumption and electrification. Electricity consumption varies a lot. It varies from one household to the other household, one community from other community. So how this variability can be captured by the nighttime lights? So we asked a question on, are nighttime lights reliable proxy for electricity consumption? And we also question what are spatial and temporal distribution of nighttime lights and electricity consumption. Those were studied in various studies in various locations. So we use the systematic review method. We use the three different data set database. The first is Scopus, Web of Science, and GeoRef. We use the VIIRS keyword. So these are the keywords. So our result shows that initially we found that 3,283 papers were found with this keyword, and 2,630 were the duplicates. We use a screening criteria. The major screening criteria was it should be a journal article, it should be in English, and it should be published in 2012 or onwards. So with this screening criteria, 836 papers were only eligible for further screening. So we did a title and abstract screening where we read all the title and the abstract, and based on the screening, we excluded 698 papers. Now we come to 138 paper. We did a full text screening, comparative study. It should not be ocean draft, sea ecosystem studies, and it should not use the private satellite images. Now we come to 11 research papers, and 11, we think that 11 is quite low. So we decided to reconsider the paper that used similar methodology and has compared electricity consumption and nighttime lights. And we found 8 such articles, and we included those articles in our systematic review process. So what is the result? Interestingly, the relation between nighttime lights and electricity consumption is positive in all the 19 papers. And we look into what is a spatial resolution of the data. Then most of the research has used country, states, or cities as a spatial resolution. And we look into the temporal resolution, and we found that almost all the research use the annual data set. And we look into the methodology, so what methodology people use to establish the relationship, and we found that the linear regression were used widely. So there's a clear research gap to explore more into the finer administrative level with monthly or daily data for multi years. It also gives a room to use different and try different methodology. One could be artificial neural network.